Hey guys, so week 2, we want to talk about hunger cues. This could be a huge change up for some of you, or this could be pretty normal to what you guys normally consume. And we just want to keep things attainable for you. We want you to keep going. We don't want you to give up based on being hungry one day or not prepared one day. And with this program, we took a lot of the guesswork out, which is pretty exciting on our part, and especially for all of the weight loss patients I've had before. One of the biggest things is I hear is I don't know what to eat, I don't know when to eat, I don't know how much to eat. So this literally took a lot of the guesswork out, which we're pretty excited about. So with that, ways to curb hunger if you are hungry, if you feel like you're not getting enough food, especially in the first few weeks. So if this is a huge change up to you, what we want to make sure is that you feel full and you feel not that you're starving every day. That's definitely not the goal of this, and that's not the goals in weight loss. In fact, if you are starving and if you're not getting enough food, you got to come talk to us, or you got to let us know in the live call, because that's the opposite of what we want to happen in all of this program. We want something sustainable for you, and we want you to feel full and healthy and happy throughout these 8 weeks. So there's a difference between feeling starving, and there's a difference between just getting used to how much food you're eating now. So initially, hormonally, our body's going to say, you're hungry, you're hungry, you're hungry. And we just have to slightly get over those cues. And it'll just take some time for your body to readjust. If you're used to eating every hour on the hour, there may be some times where you feel hungry, or you might feel like a little bit of a blood sugar dip, but I promise it's not anything emergent. Your body's not going to fall apart for not eating for a little while. And just make sure that if you do feel any of those symptoms, if you do feel lightheaded or dizzy or anything like that, first of all, don't work out on those days, and definitely let us know in the phone call. So with that, if you just need some tips and tricks to curb your appetite, one of the greatest things we can do is drink water. So water is everything. It's great for skin health, it's great for your mind, it's great for your entire body. You'll start to notice massive changes when you get enough water in a day. I often hear people that don't like to drink water, and I'm not sure if that's a taste thing. I don't know if it's a convenience thing. I'm not sure if you just don't have it next to you and it's inconvenient to go to the water cooler at work, or whatever the case may be. So some of my go-to tips and tricks is put some lemon in your water, put some lime in your water, add some blueberries to it, strawberries, anything that'll give it a little bit of a flavor, and it doesn't seem like you're just drinking massive amounts of water all day. The next one of the tricks that I use is to put a timer on my phone. So there's a couple different ways to do this. You could say every hour you're going to set an alarm, and by that time you have to have finished blank amount of water. You can lay out marks on your water bottle to make you kind of keep accountable to that. One of the other things is you could set an alarm for every 15 minutes to say, take a drink, it's time to take a drink. And these are just building habits. So you won't have to do this for the rest of your life, but just getting into the swing of things and getting things kind of you more used to making these changes, it's going to be really helpful at the start. I think even now they have water bottles that light up to tell you, hey, it's time to drink, hey, you're probably thirsty. So that's a great thing to use as well. One of the other things is keep busy. So many times it's just we're watching TV and we're bored, so we'll just snack on whatever's there. With that, maybe this is a great time to start moving in the evening time. I know we all have our shows, but it'd just be more so go ahead, watch your show, but make sure maybe during the commercial times you're moving around a little bit, or get up and take a lap or something like that, and you might be less apt to snack while you're just sitting there. Another thing with watching television while you're eating is that you tend to consume significantly more food. So if we could avoid those two together, that would be also a great challenge. One of the next big things with just curbing those hunger cues is meditating. I know that might be a huge stretch for some of you, but even just taking a couple deep breaths and saying like, hey, am I actually hungry? Am I bored? What's going on here? Just checking in with your body. I think a lot of us are extremely out of tune with it, and sometimes meditating is just a little bit too out there for us, but it's more so just kind of checking in and saying like, hey, what's up? If I take 5 deep breaths, am I still hungry? If I drink some water, am I still hungry? And yeah, so just start to listen to your body, start to get in tune with what's going on in here for sure. And then one of the last ones is keep your meals accessible. So we don't want you despite the ease of having all of your meals made, if you leave them all in the fridge during the day and don't get home till 5 o'clock at night, you're gonna be starving at some points, and you're probably more likely to make poor food choices. So what we want to make sure is, if there is a time of day that you're so used to eating a snack, then bring one of your healthy snacks for that time. If you're really used to eating lunch at a very specific time, make sure you bring your food with you. Make sure it's in the fridge. Make sure it's ready to go. And those are kind of the major ones that I have for tips and tricks to not overconsume and to stay on track.